Hey, what's up, guys? I want to thank you guys so much for showing up on today's training video. Victor Bell, the Bell Zone, where I talk about all things money, real estate, investing, everything that will help you go off and do deals or invest in multifamily deals with us over at Bell Capital. But thank you so much for showing up today. Boom. And just like all things, remind yourself, cash flow matters. It matters more than anything else. But for today's video, and I was talking to Brishana, we were talking about what is it that you would like to listen to? What do you want to hear? What do you want to know? And she said something interesting to me because I blow it off a lot. She was like, how to get started. Like, that was always my thing. If I was looking for how to get started in real estate, and I was like, how to get started on your own or how to get started investing money with someone else. And she's like, no, how to get started. I always want to invest with someone else, but I also wanted to know how to get started. So I figured today was a good day to actually go over that. So today's video is on how I got started, and you can use what I used to, you can do what I did and you can model it for yourself, or you can reach out to me. You can either work with us one way, shape, or form. But how I got started, literally, I got started with a $10 book. This is my book, How to Create Wealth Through Investing in Apartment Buildings. This right here is similar to a book that got me started, but it was something else. So what happened was, for me, my story started off with, and I'm going to move my mic. I got started, guys, because I got in trouble. I got out of the military. I dropped out of college, and they were like, if you come back, you're going to owe us money. I thought that free GI Bill money was just for Victor to get a check every month, but it wasn't. So I got in trouble. I was on probation. I had to get a job. So as I got this job, I was working a night job at Hatco Circuits in Austin, Texas. I was driving from Killeen to Austin. And on the way there, I hated it. I got to that job. I was there for about 2 weeks, and I realized other people hated that job too. They all wanted to quit. So I knew that was a dead-end thing for me. I wasn't going to get anywhere at that job. All right. Getting started, most of you guys, some of you guys may be at a dead-end job. Maybe you guys haven't started a job. Maybe you want to get into real estate investing. You want to leave your own place, like I said, because you're looking for boom, cash flow, you're looking for investments, or you just want to flip properties, whatever it is you do. So for me, I was driving home one night and I ended up falling asleep behind the wheel and woke up on side of the road and literally was like, oh man, I lived, kind of it jarred me up, and I went home, went to sleep, and the next day I had to wake up and do it all over again. How many of you guys are in a situation where you do something, you have an experience, it's the worst experience of your life, and you wake up the next day and you got to do it all over again? That sucks. I knew at that point, one, because I wasn't at that job for that long, that I wasn't attached to it. There was more fear of me being stuck there than there was for me to be to be there forever and be stuck to let it go. Right. So I end up leaving, and I end up going to work the next day early, and I went to a bookstore. And like I said, I got a real estate book. Boom. I got a real estate book just like this one. You're welcome to go to bell-capital.com/real estate, bell-capital.com/book. You can get a copy of this for free. And I got a book. I went there every day throughout the course of that week, and I read the book. I listened to it. I listened to what I knew I wanted to do. I knew I didn't want to be at that job. And that book was like, hey, I have to do that. So the thing that I wanted to share with you guys is important. I'm just going to write it down, right? Because I believe in steps. The number one thing that I did, I made a decision. I made a 100% decision that this is what I wanted to do. If it wasn't going to be real estate, it was something, but I knew 100% I wasn't going to do that job anymore. So once I actually read that book, I was like, I have to make real estate work. I have to do it. So there was a hard decision that I was cutting off everything else. That's really what decision means. It means to a circumcision, to cut off from. There was no other chance of me doing anything else. I had to make it work. All right. So a lot of you guys out there, maybe you're thinking about getting started in real estate and you're just wanting to dabble. You're looking at all the different strategies, whether it's Airbnb, or whether you're going to wholesale a deal, flip a deal, whether you're going to partner with somebody else, whether you're going to do short-term vacation rentals, long-term rentals, multifamily deals, whatever that is for you, that's fine. Those are strategies. That's not real estate. If you're going to do real estate and be in real estate, that is the decision. That is 100% commitment that you're going to make it work. Doesn't mean you got to leave your job today, but you need to know that that's where you're going. Real estate, you're going to be in real estate. You're going to do real estate, period, hands down, 100%. That was me. That's what I did. And I know some people are, it's common sense. It's not. Common sense is not always common practice. Very important to understand that. Cool. So the next thing I did, which is what we talked about with the book, I had to learn since I had made the decision to be in real estate, I was all in on learning. So it didn't take me long. I bought the book. I was committed to that book. I was more committed to that book than I was that job, which is actually what benefited me was the learning side to it. So I went back to work. I got that book. I opened the book down because there was a script in the book. And then I got the phone, which was in the back in the office back there. And I got the newspaper. And I just started calling for sale by owners. That's what the book said to do. And I kept calling and I kept calling all week. And I eventually got somebody that said, hey, yeah, go ahead. I'm interested. So I was committed to the learning process in there too. So I did exactly what the book said. I didn't change it. I didn't act like I knew what I was doing. I didn't say, hey, I wouldn't say it like this. I didn't care because I had made a decision that I needed to make real estate work. That wasn't the first time I made a decision that I needed to make something work because I actually was going to quit on it. I had a different decision. That's for a different video. But number two thing, you have to go and learn. You have to commit yourself to learning. So you could go to videos like this. I have tons of videos. I got my book. Boom, you can do that. You can go to investor school. I have a training because I want to help teach people because people have helped me. You can go to there. That's bell-capital.com/real estate training. Bell-capital.com/real estate training. And you can get our real estate training. We have videos like this, not videos that are on YouTube. I go very deep. You get all of my scripts, all of my processes, how I talk to sellers, how we do creative financing, how we cold call owners, how I raise money, how I get my deals funded, multifamily, residential, all of it. It's there. But that's number two. How do you get started? You got to learn. It's a full-blown commitment to learning. Real estate is a journey. You will always do it for the rest of your life. All right. Where'd my pen go? Boom. So the next thing, this is where most people stop. That's where most people get trapped. So yes, they've made a decision and then they start learning, but they never take action. I am ruthless as it comes to taking action. I will not stop. I have no problem cutting off old friends, old family members, old relationships. There's people that I told I was going to start doing this. And I was like, hey, you guys want to do it? And they were like, nah, we're good. And I never talked to those people again. I have no problem if you don't want to go where I'm going, that I know is better for me, and you want to stay there, don't make you bad. It just means I got to let you go. But I was extremely committed to the level of action I was willing to take because I had made a decision that I no longer wanted to be stuck. I didn't want to be at that job. I'd already been in trouble before, dropped out of college, got out of the military. Like real estate was where I was going. And it takes unasinine amount of action to succeed in this business. It is a real thing. It's not like you're selling a t-shirt here. You're buying a property and you turn around and you're either selling a property or renting a property out, whatever. Multi-million dollars worth of real estate stuff. It all starts with, first thing, you're going to make a decision to do it. Second thing, you're going to learn what you need to be doing. And the next thing, you're going to be taking ruthless action on executing what you learn. And last, and I think this is probably the piece that now it's become, people are more aware of it. I wasn't really aware of it at the time because I didn't have videos. I didn't have that stuff. I started off with a book. But number 4, you get a mentor. And I know you're probably like, oh, Vic, well, I mean, you do mentorship, you do coaching, you do that. There's tons of mentors out there. But I didn't just get a mentor. I got a mentor that turned out to be a partner, that turned out to be a friend. He was further along than I was. I brought something to the table to him, and he brought knowledge to the table to me. I went off and found the deals. He found me investment partners, was an investment partner, a credit partner. He put up the capital. He actually showed me things that I didn't know, because he was in the mortgage business and I was doing the real estate stuff. So it was a partnership as well as he was mentoring me. So for all of you people out there who's like, well, I'm going to just go find a partner. Well, a lot of times, well, here's what people do. I'll show you what people did because I did this too. Oh, we made a decision, and they go, yeah, let's go. And they get their best friend. Then they go to some seminar or they get a bunch of books or they buy some course online and they start learning, and they learn all there is to know. And then all of a sudden they're out there trying to take action, but it's the blind leading the blind. If both of you guys know the same things, one of you guys is useless, period. That's just how partnerships are. So if you're going to do this, you need a mentor. You need a mentor that you can either latch onto because he's further along or she's further along and she's going to show you something. Or you need a mentor who, like, fine, you don't talk to them, you don't do anything, you get their stuff. And there's so much information, so much content, they're still growing that you can never outpace them as a mentor. And You should. At some point, you're going to learn more than your mentor because you've executed on stuff that they've taught you and you got better, and you're going to find another one. But this is the way to get started. So for all you guys out there still like, hey, how do I get started doing real estate on my own? Number one thing you got to do is you have to make a 100% decision, or well, you need to make the decision and then make a 100% commitment. Once you do that, you'll be better. This is exactly what I had to do. And I know it's not sexy and it's not a how-to thing, but it is how I got started. I made a decision that I can no longer go back the way that I came. I needed to go into real estate. I was 100% committed to it, and I was not going to stop. I was going to fail doing it, but I was going to do it. Next, I had to learn. I got the book, and I did exactly what that book said. I learned what I learned inside of that book. And then as I kept doing things, I started learning more and meeting more people. Next, I took ruthless action. I can't stress that enough, man. It's a very action-oriented business. It's a people-oriented business. You have to really push because you are communicating with other people in relation to about real estate. But be honest with you, it's people that control real estate, people that control money, people that work at banks, people that are going to be your partners. But that taking a lot of action, and that means talking to a lot of people. Next, you need to get a mentor. Get somebody like myself. But be honest with you, I only had one mentor. I had a mentor at that time, Bob and Jamie. They mentored me. And then I got to another mentor, which was T.R. Becker later on down the line. Naturally, Tony Robbins, all these people, because it works on your mindset. But T.R. Becker, I started him as a mentor, not real estate, but it mentored me because I started growing, because real estate doesn't change. And then next, it was like Grant Cardone and all the other people that I've met that I paid money to, made an investment. I started learning from them because they were thinking bigger. I've always been me. But you need a mentor that you can go to, you can ask questions to, you can look, you can model. Now you don't have to have individual mentors, but I would suggest you get one person, you go deep on that person, you stick with that person for a long time, whether they're a partner, whether they're just mentoring you in the deal and you find other partners. But this is exactly what I did. I'm extremely thankful that I can break this down for you guys, because all of you guys questioning it, this is it. So I would love to be your mentor. I have my real estate training. I got books. I got videos. I got podcast interviews out there. I do posts all the time. You can easily pick up the phone and you can call or text me at 808-778-1326. That is my cell phone number. I'm always going to be here for you. You can go here. You can comment on a video. What is it that you want? What is it that you need? Vic, hey, I'm doing all these things. I'm still not getting started. Maybe you need to get in my mentor program. Maybe you need to find a mentor that can answer your questions. Get somebody who's going to be there for you. Like, every one of my mentors have always been there for me. If it gets to the part where they can't be there for me, I find a new mentor because I have questions. I'm not a lazy person, and I'm going to execute, and I know you will too. So I hope this helps you guys. But we talked about this. Rashawn and I talked about it. People that I know that I always ask, like, what video could I make for you guys? How to get started? How to get started? How did you get started? And I tell them. But I wanted to break it down in steps. Number one thing, make a decision. As a recap, make the decision. Once you make a decision, then you make a commitment that you ain't going anywhere. You're going to just tell people, hey, I do real estate. Even if you haven't done a deal yet, even if you're just getting started, even if you're just learning, tell people, I did it. Hey, I do real estate. Because if you don't tell them, the decision forces you to make that conversation happen. All right. Next, you need to learn videos, YouTube stuff. Subscribe to our YouTube channel. Get our program. It's one of the best programs out there because I give people what I want to have, not just give you what you need. I give you what I want, what I would personally want if I made an investment. So that's why I do what I do. Next, you need to take ruthless amounts of action. Phone calls, follow-ups, marketing, talking to owners, talking to sellers, talking to bankers, talking to lenders, going to seminars, going to networking events, traveling, going where you don't think you even need to go. That's what it takes, guys. It takes all of it. Last but not least, you need a mentor. Get one person that you can go deep on, one or two people, right? In different areas, people that you respect, people that are pushing really hard, people who think a lot bigger than you do, that inspire you and 100% give you permission to be who you want to be, to go after your goals and dreams, that don't make you feel stupid, that have enough information to help move your goals forward. And I will say this with a mentor. Your job as a mentee or a coaching student or whatever you want, a client, whatever, your job is to also help your mentor get better, right? What I did with my mentors in the beginning that were actually mentors in my deals, mentors in my real estate world, not just people I learned information from. I was like, hey, what do you need help with? hey, if I bring a deal to you, you can make money. If you help me with this, let's split the profit. Like, what phone calls do you need me to make? What thing do I know how to do that you actually have a gap in your world that I can do for you? So I can help you move things forward, help that bigger person forward of you build what they're building, and you automatically succeed. So a lot of people think mentors just are supposed to pour into you. Yes, that's true. But if you pour into your mentor and help them grow, oh man, you're going to grow 100 times faster than you would have done this by yourself. They're going to be the greatest partner, especially when you're a person that's going to take ruthless action towards achieving something. You actually contribute to them way more than you ever think you could. So I hope this helps you guys. Like this video, share it, or give it a thumbs down if you hate it. I don't care. Don't be a hater and a hider at the same time. I appreciate you guys, but this is exactly what you're going to do if you're going to get started. It's how I got started. These are the 4 things that you need to do to get started investing in real estate today. Let's go. I appreciate you guys. Go to bell-capital.com. Schedule a call with one of us if you're interested in investing money with us in our deal. You got to be accredited, but we're here for you. I'm here to help you. And anything you guys need, let me know. All right, let's talk soon.